Hello, welcome back to my channel. Ruger is joining us this evening. Yeah, so happy puppy. So I'm just experimenting with makeup. This is what I've been doing the last few videos. You all seem to like it better when I just do makeup and talk. Also, disclaimer, I'm sick. Sorry if I sound horrible. I feel horrible. I'm more so just, I have a cold, which to me is more annoying than like having the outright flu. Like I'd rather be like violently ill than have a cold that won't go away. So I just wanted to do something fun, like a pink and black look. So we're gonna do that. So how have you all been doing? I know I always ask this at the beginning of my like get ready with me, but I genuinely like to know how people are doing, what you're up to, what's exciting. It's getting to be lovely spring weather. So, are you going for walks outside? Are you planting a garden this year? I would love to plant a garden. However, I don't have a lot of space to do it. So I don't know that will happen, but we really want to. I would love to, just because I like having, like there's certain produce that I always buy at the grocery store, and I would kind of like to not have to necessarily get it at the grocery store if I can grow it myself. If I still have to go to the grocery store and get zucchini and onions and stuff, I suppose that's fine. I've grown tomatoes before, not in this living space. I grew them at my parents' house before, and we used those a lot. Like I made salsa and stuff with them, but I don't know. I don't really eat tomatoes much anymore. So yeah, other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot, just working like crazy. We're going up to New York in like 2 weeks-ish, maybe a little less. So I am trying to get as much work done as possible before we go, just so I don't have to try and work while we're there. And we're just going up for like a few days. We're going to see a show, and we're going to see Moulin Rouge, which I'm very excited about. Because I've only been to one Broadway show, and that was Lion King, and that was a long time ago. So going to see that, and we're going to a Yankees game, of course, and I'm going with my grandma and one of my mom's friends and my mom. And then I'm gonna see my college roommate, who I have not seen since I moved out my junior year. Actually, since she moved out, because she left before I did. But we've kept in touch, and I talk to her almost every day. And actually, she designed my most recent tattoo, which I haven't shown you guys yet. I got a 4th tattoo, and it is on my ribs, and it did not hurt that bad. I would put it probably at like a 5. Like it was tolerable, but you definitely knew when the needle was touching your skin for sure. Hoping to get my forearm piece started really soon. I want to get a big Medusa done. I know a lot of people are getting Medusas right now, but I want to get my Medusa head done with like cactuses around it and succulents. I think it will look really cool if they're able to do it the way I want it done. And then I'm trying to think of other ones that I want to get done right now. I mean, I'll take any of them that they have time for, but you know, I'm always looking to get as many done as I can. Now that I have a job that I know I can have tattoos, I'm much more, you know, invested in getting them. Also, so obviously I like follow other beauty people on TikTok and, you know, YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. And I've been seeing all the controversies with Michaela, and like if you're in the beauty sphere or like follow people, you probably know which Michaela I'm talking about. But you know, she's the one with the Boston accent that kind of blew up overnight on TikTok and stuff. So I've been seeing people talking about like how she lies about products and how she's too enthusiastic about her reviews and stuff, and how they've caught her, like, she tries a product and she'll not like it, and then maybe like a couple months later or like a year later or, you know, whatever, she'll try the product again and be like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, it's so stunning, like blah blah blah. And the one that I saw was like this eyebrow glue by like Got to Be Glued, and initially she said she didn't like it, and then the next time she used it, when they like paid a sponsorship to her, she really did like it. And people were saying, you know, she's a liar, blah blah blah, and like, I'm not defending her, right? Like, she doesn't pay my bills, so I don't care. But I just found it interesting how quickly people turned on her, especially once she started clearly making a lot of money from what she was doing. And not only that, but like in the cases with reviews like that, I almost kind of wonder, because I know this has been things with like beauty influencers since forever. I mean, there's been so much drama with people before. A lot of times companies will send stuff to people that didn't like their product at first, and they'll send it with like a packet on how to use the product, because maybe to them when they sell it, it seems like, oh, this should be easy, like it's very just self-explanatory, but then people still use it wrong. Like maybe they flip the brush the wrong way, or they use too much product, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I think that was the case with that product, that they sent her instructions on how to use it, or they changed the formula, because we know that formulas can be changed in products, and they change all the time. I mean, you buy your favorite concealer at one point, and then when you buy it again, it's not the same because they changed it somehow. But you know, I think that's kind of what happened. Also, I think the fact that she makes a lot of money, like these people offer her a lot of money because she is like one of the most impactful influencers we have right now in the makeup space. Like, let's be real, she's the new Jeffree Star in terms of like power of making a product sell out or making people hate a product. So, you know, I think that's a big part of it, is that's a lot of pressure. And those companies are going to put a ton of pressure on you as well. And do I think it's right for these companies to say, oh yeah, like we want you to talk about our product, but you can only talk about it positively? No, like that's false marketing. There's a really big, like, not only pressure from the companies, but also your audience. You know, you're seen as a super positive person, but you don't want to give like a negative review. Like, really, I don't think I ever saw her give a negative review beyond like, oh, I don't like this product right now, but maybe it's because I'm using it wrong. I think people are very quick to attack other people, especially in the makeup industry, because it is very cutthroat, to like call them out and be like, see, they're liars. Like, all influencers are not genuine people. And there's a lot of them that aren't. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think all of them are bad people. I don't think she's a bad person, but I do think she's somebody that maybe, and I think she's mentioned this, wasn't prepared for the spotlight that she ended up in. Also, a lot of people have called her out for editing pictures and, you know, saying all these different things. And I think when you're reviewing a foundation, no, you shouldn't edit the finish of the photos. But I think just about everybody who puts a picture out on the internet, whether they use Facetune or something else to edit their pictures, is like, if they say, oh, I never edit my photos, they're liars. There is always some edit. I edit my pictures because my phone does not pick up, like, I don't have a camera, right? So my phone doesn't pick up on the pigment of my eyeshadows a lot of the times. So I will enhance the eyeshadows, because when I'm looking at them on camera versus the picture that my front camera takes, it is not the same. The thing about it that, like, I just find hilarious is that the same people who criticize Michaela are the same people that were like shouting from the rooftops in joy when Jeffree Star was like, I'm coming back to review it because there's so much drama. Like, that's great. You don't care about the product. You don't care about how well the product performs or the integrity of the beauty community. You're an opportunist who came back to stir up more drama and make yourself relevant again and get people to stop caring about your yak meat. I found that hilarious that people are just like, oh, Jeffree's back, all is well. Like, no, did we all forget the whole racism thing? Like, I think I was not happy to see him back. I thought we had been living in a very positive space without Jeffree Star. The beauty community didn't fall apart. No one died. Like, all was well. I think people also forget that we live in a world that is so curated now by algorithms, and, you know, we only see what interests us. We only see what we're following. You don't see a lot of, you know, not a lot of stuff just falls into your lap anymore. So, you know, if you follow one beauty scandal, you're gonna see all the beauty scandals, you know? And that's why I find it interesting that people don't, like, I think people forget that everything you see on TikTok is curated for you. Like, it's a For You page for a reason, right? So you see the same stuff over and over again, and therefore in your mind it seems like all these things have happened that prove this one thing, because you're constantly being paraded with all this information. And it's not just, you know, one or two instances. You're seeing everything from the last 4 years, and then all piled up like that. You're like, oh yeah, this person's a liar. And maybe they're not. You know, these people are in some seriously high contracts that have life-changing amounts of money, and even bigger amounts of money if you violate the contract. There's so many NDAs, and, you know, these makeup companies have lawyers, good ones at that. So in Jeffree Star's case, I think because he didn't sign contracts, he could get away with what he wanted. Other people don't have that luxury. The moral of this long rant was, like, just be nice to people, because you're only seeing a very small part of what's really happening. The other thing I think a lot of people are forgetting is that if you follow someone, you're part of the reason that they have the platform that they do. And that's not blaming the followers, but you also have to think, okay, well, has this person changed? And if they have and you don't like them, unfollow them. Unfollow them. It's so easy to unfollow and block people. I do it all the time. You don't even have to block somebody, but just if they're causing you distress or you're sick of seeing the drama as you claim, unfollow them. It's not hard. It's a little button. I never understood that either. Like, continuing to follow someone that you dislike. Why do we torture ourselves by doing that? I also think it's interesting that people are so quick to be like, we shouldn't hate on people, we should have positivity, blah, blah, blah. But then we'll send nasty comments to creators as if they are not human beings, that they're not people. Like, it goes for them too. Like, they too have feelings. They just have more money. Editing me here. Hi, hello. So I actually filmed this like a week ago now that I'm editing it, and I was talking about Daisy Jones and I hadn't watched the last episodes yet, so ignore most of what I'm saying. I cut out a lot of it because it was irrelevant. If you guys want me to do like a final thoughts on the whole series, I will. I loved it. When I finished it, everything made sense. I should have just been patient. But yeah, so I talked about episodes 7 and 8, but those thoughts kind of are irrelevant now because it was they fixed it in 9 and 10, or it all came together, I should say. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into what I was talking about, but I cut out most of it, so enjoy. Also, I don't think they're gonna do the like Saturday Night Live performance that's mentioned in the book, probably because of copyright issues or something. However, they mention it, and that's supposed to be like the Silver Springs 1997 performance, like that kind of moment. And it's very important. I'm interested to see how much they change the ending, and I'm thinking the last episode has to be more than 45 minutes. Well, there's 2 more episodes left. So one might be 45 minutes, one might be longer, but I feel like they'll both be longer. All right, so this is the look. I hope you guys like it. I do. I think it's obviously very dramatic. It's very pastel goth kind of look, but I like it. So if you guys do too, let me know down below. Let me know if you're watching Daisy Jones and you like it. Let me know what vegetables you've grown if you have a garden. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.